Hey guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution Tarot, and this is a message for Gemini for love and soul connections. I'm purposely making this timeless. There's no date on this. So whenever you see it, if it resonates, it's meant for you. And if it's not, disregard it and go about your day, my friends. So I also want to give one huge shout out to all my Geminis. I love you, love you, love you from all my heart. For all my subscribers, you guys are awesome. You mean the world to me. And for all my new subscribers, thank you guys so much. Honestly, makes me really, really happy that you are here with me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. If you feel like this resonates with your journey and you'd like to see more of my content, please hit subscribe. Join the journey with me. I'd love to have you along this ride. And you know what? I also heard you could check out other readings if you haven't. Like if you're new and you're like, oh my god, this resonates, check something else out, because even though the messages come through that month, it is it's what messages are meant to come through whenever you find them. So I want to tell you first off, when I was playing with these, we got the world and we got hostilities in the reverse. I feel like there's definitely a lot happening in this universe, in this world right now. They're making us put in perspective. I heard what love really is, but this is also putting perspective, you know, all the squabbles and fights and hostilities that we've had with people. Some of them we're putting to bed is what I heard. So we may have had times where I heard in periods where trust has been lost, and I heard, or gains were an illusion or something like that. And I think this is really also putting down our swords within ourselves and coming into that Four of Swords energy of just being at restful, peaceful mind. So before I get into this reading, I wanted to share with you guys, I got two channeled messages, and one I was told already, Spirit's like, this is your title. So I'm going to tell you what the title is, although you probably already know because it pulled you in. But it said, this is what self-love can do. Kind of powerful when you think about it. When we want to align with vibration, when we're taking care of ourselves, we're being true to ourselves and loving ourselves and treating ourselves with high vibration, this is who we're calling in. And if we are calling in souls that are a little more in need of our energy or essence or healing, we're not going to be allowing them to drain our energy in the same way. It's not going to be damaging or depleting, and we can use our discernment of whether or not these energies are really something that we need to sink ourselves into. So I also got another channeled message. It kept coming up very, very strongly, and it was, use what you got, the rest will be gravy. And use what you got wisely, because then the rest is gravy. So this could be for some of you even budgeting. If you are like within, you know, partnership or whatnot, it could be really, really time to budget your money so that as in a partnership you can grow financially and put, you know, money towards new goals. So before I get into this, I just want to take a moment to call in Spirit, although I'm pretty sure they're already here. I'm going to ask Archangel Michael, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of all to join us, to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you guys who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible, as well as to deliver these messages that are for the most far-reaching, but for the highest good of the entire collective. No second-rate messages here today, my friends. So I am going to start off with, obviously, this energy oracle, as well as I have the Journey of Love oracle for a little bit of advice at the end. I did bring in the romance angels. I tried to avoid it. However, they were like, yeah, bring me in. And then I also have the Heaven and Earth tarot, which I'm going to be using for getting into the specifics of the energy, okay? So I'm going to start off with a little bit of spiritual advice. Now, what I like to do with these love and soul connections is kind of like the yin and yang. I'm going to pick your pile, okay, on one side, your love or your soul connections on the other, and then in between, this is the space in between, or the shared energy. What I heard is this energy can also be working towards the connection. So if you feel the need for these energies to be changed, go ahead and make them. I'm not going to focus on masculine, feminine, or anything like that, because these titles, we all embody masculine and feminine energy, and this is important for us to find the balance within that as well. And I do feel like I wanted to share with you, when I was pre-shuffling, this energy oracle was nuts. It was like it wouldn't settle down to even, cards just kept flying. And there was something there about an offer or something new happening. We also hear this having this, to me, this is reconciliations for some of you. So if you did come to this reading with that in mind, it has showed up a little bit. But the Two of Cups with the Fool in the tarot, they flew out right away. And I feel like that is really important, because again, this is what self-love can do. And Archangel Gabriel came out, And we also have strategy. And Archangel Michael with caring connections. I definitely feel like you have this 5th chakra. We need to speak the truth. We need to share our vulnerabilities and be open when this connection comes to us. For some of you, what I heard is this is like a 3rd time. Some of you, it's not a 2nd or a 3rd chance. Some of you, it's a 4th or a 5th chance. And this is, I heard, whether or not this person's going to come back to you whole and complete and healed, or whether they're going to, what I heard, is bring drama into your world. So I feel like this is where also what we need to do if we are expecting that is, again, to put those swords down, because we have to allow them space for growth as well, and to, what I heard, is prove themselves. This is not necessarily about proving their worth. However, it's, are they worthy of being in your presence, in your essence? Is their energy worth your time? Are they draining you? Are they depleting you? Are they helping you to fill your cup? This isn't about labeling people as useful or not useful, but this is, if we've given someone 5 chances, when they come back that 5th time, they'd better come back right? So I feel like, as well, for some of you guys, this is really important. I did a message from Spirit that was called Speaking Your World into Being. So I feel like this is also where, like, what do you want to do, right? Because, again, I haven't said it yet, but in all my readings, I always say, no matter what messages come through, it's still up to you and your active free will and how you integrate this, the choices you make, the steps you take, and what power you do, right? What you do in your world, the actions you take, they're so important. And the words we speak as well, because when we can speak them, I think it's really important, because when we speak them, we hear them in a different way. When we tell our stories, we get that out into the open. So Spirit's reminding me of something I saw earlier today that said, unspoken wounds are unhealed ones. And this may be that it's within partnership, this, if there's a reconciliation or coming back between the two of you, that this person and you, there really needs to be no veils and just open honesty on both parts. And again, look what flew out again. We need to release whatever this is. And I feel like, as well, coming back into this cannot be hostilities, coming back and meeting hostilities. It can't be that breeding ground for hostilities. This needs to come back with an open and an honest mind and heart. So I'm being called to pull this one, which is all tied up. I do feel like somebody doesn't know how to express their feelings, and it was the Man of Coins that came up with the offer. So I do definitely feel like, this is what self-love can do, because as you focus more on you, your soul connection or the romance, the interest, especially if it's been, 5 times or whatever, they're saying, you know what, just leave that one and let's go into the tarot. So, oh no, journey of love. So what I'm hearing on this too is that, again, use what you got. The rest will be gravy. You don't need, make do with what you have. And focus on you. Focus on building your career, some of you. Building the life you want to see. Just focusing on the things that bring you freedom and happiness and feeling of being whole within your skin. So we have Man of the Earth, Woman of the Sky has come out, and her grace. And I'm going to call this your energy, okay? So Man of the Sky, Woman of the Earth. I'm going to grab a message from that quickly. Although they took me to number 24, which is the spaces in between. For some of you guys, you may definitely be, what I heard is, receiving telepathic messages. There could be a lot in the ethers. This is also this balancing out of this masculine feminine polarity within ourselves. And that's why I think it's so important to remember that these energies can switch, that this energy is really just an energy. The whole thing could be about for you. This could, that nothing could be for you. It is so interesting how energy works and how we're drawn to what we're drawn to. So they want me to actually read her grace. So let's take that. And that is number 17, if that is significant to you. There's someone, Spirit's like December 17th. I have a friend born on that day, and I actually totally forgot her birthday until now, so oopsies, bad me. But the goddess is awakening within your life. It may be within your own body, within a sensual deepening of relationship with your own body or with the body of another through expanding creativity, a sudden burst of feeling that you cannot logically explain, a desire to move, to dance, to express yourself, to sing, to write music, to draw, to play in nature, to swim, and to collect shells and lie on your back in the moonlight, gazing at stars. I wish it's cold out here. I would love to do that. Let her reach you. She is calling to you from ancient times, calling you to allow her more deeply into your life. Celebrate the divine feminine. She is coming to life for you. Whether man or woman, your life is about to be touched by her magic. You'll never to be the same again. And this brings you a message that there's a woman who brings divine blessings into your life. This could be you, this could be spirit, this could be someone you know, this could be a romantic interest. Again, take it how it resonates, but this is this divine feminine growing within us. And I feel like is what I heard is spreading seeds of love and consciousness out into the world. So this as well is very interesting because I think it's this meeting point of when the night is closing out, or when the daytime is closing out and you've got that line of pink in the sky, everything else is dark but the sun's still going down. There's that meeting place in the balance point where there's still light visible, and that's what I'm being guided to say about that. So let's see what the lover soul connection side, what the energy is. Spirits, please. There's something that I'm reminding, okay, too. So you have the cloak. We have the angel of Jupiter awaken. A lot of healing vibes here. And I feel like this is really not being sure how to come forward, how to come forth, and staying and protecting their light. So almost to me as well, this light is really protected around these swirls. There's a lot of swirls of emotion. And I feel like with this divine feminine energy, or this side, your energy, whoever you guys are, this energy is you are really connected to your feminine universe. You are really connected to your soul. You are really connected to the universe. And you follow that guidance and that grace accordingly. This intimacy, and I'm not going to read this really in the verse. However, I do feel like the way it came out like this is like there is a cloak, a really guarded heart. Some of you guys I heard shallow, but it's not that the depths are shallow. It's that they're afraid of somebody being shallow, or they've been shallow in the past. So Spirit's reminding me, saying, read this one. Number 6, which is also to me about reunion. And you having this intimacy, that's a number 35, number 50, 48. They opened me to light field as well, which is that you are very open to the other side. And this is, again, this veil. This intimacy, it reverberates out. And I'm strongly, again, picking up on that you have a spiritual connection, or that you're able to pick up on, you guys can have conversations in the ethers. There's, for some of you, this reunion could just be, again, in the 5D, in that spirit realm. And you could be getting a lot of signs and synchronicities right now. But it's almost like an understanding and a knowing that they're not reaching out. And the reasoning is definitely like not wanting to get hurt again, not wanting to really to be vulnerable. And that is the thing, is that the very beginning of this was, that's the advice, that's the spiritual advice, is that both of you guys need to be within balance and connected to your feminine aspect and within your vulnerability. So number 6 is Angel of Jupiter awaken. Beloved, within you there is a magnificence, greatness, and the ability to live bolder, larger, and more exuberantly than you may have ever imagined. Awaken the keen spirit, hungry for adventure and new experience. The angel of Jupiter, the spirit of bold expansion and divine generosity, lives within you. Your spirit cannot be made small, but must be free. Start now. Feel the endlessness of your own heart. What can be done today to live bigger? A smile? A yes? To the offer of adventure, sharing vulnerability without fear. Taking a step forward into the unknown. daring to imagine that the divine doesn't just happen to you, but happens through you. As you embrace the courage of your own open heart and dare to dream, beloved, the bold divine nature within you is calling you to great things. Now is your time to awaken. They're also reminding me, and I might be wrong, but I think Capricorn might be ruled by Jupiter. Look it up and let me know if I'm right. If I'm wrong, certainly educate me. I would love to know that. But that's what I'm hearing anyway, is Capricorn and Jupiter. So it says this message of guidance for you is you are being given an opportunity that can change your life. Don't hesitate to accept it. If you are acting with more assertiveness than generosity, more playful, and more spiritual authority than usual, this is confirmation that this is coming from a genuine place within you. So if you're experiencing havoc in your life or a sense that things are changing, this oracle's affirmation that yes, there is change and you are outgrowing what once was. I heard today, and I was drawn to it, Spirit's reminding me again, I was supposed to tell you guys. The radio today was playing Closing Time by Semisonic, and it was so weird. And I mean, it's funny to not be in a bar when it's playing and it's fully daylight, but it was playing, and it was just like this, there's a cycle ending. This really is a new year, a rebirth, a coming of the light, and within this too, that world with that hostilities in the reverse, a coming together. And I do feel like with this needs to be on the Soul Connections timeline, and right now you really are keeping balance within your world. So they want me to see to the heart. I do believe at the beginning of the reading too, that's what there was an importance of that. These are seeds of love and peace and understanding, really, that even these small vulnerabilities, these givings that we give to each other, there's importance there. So the Lovers is at the bottom underneath that. Within nothing, there's everything. Everything, there's nothing. I'm taking that. And you have this one in the reverse with Shakti, which is our inner sacred fire. I definitely was feeling too a lot of sacral energy today and like the last little while, and it's a lot of creative fires. I feel like this is to remember that this little light of mine, I'm going to let it shine. No matter what's happening in our world, we're going to let it shine. We need to open up from a place where we're not coloring our experiences from the past. This is new. This is new landscape coming into this. We are having to create a space of peace where there's nothing left from the past that could destroy this beautiful present and this seed that is starting to grow. For some of you, there's definitely could be baby, like this could be an embryo starting to grow. This to me is also within balance, this yin yang energy, this balance of masculine, feminine. Gemini, this Lover's card is you. This is also you to me as well, because Gemini, I'm also a Gemini. We really embody these polarities, and they're things that we almost have to master throughout our lives. So this angel of Jupiter awaking, really becoming open to vulnerability. Let's see what the Heaven and Earth Tarot will have to offer today. A little bit of tarot wisdom. Wow, for your side. We have a few that came out, so let's see what the cards say. First, I'm going to show you these two. We had the King of Pentacles with the Lovers. So for some of you, you could be connecting with an earth sign, but I feel like regardless of who and what and who this connection is, okay, that this is someone who's very, very grounded and stable. And like I was picking up on earlier, there is an offer of peace, truth, and understanding. And I do feel like they're really starting to understand who you are to them. You are starting to also, okay, come to know who you are, know your worth, know that you're responsible for you. They're responsible for them, and the choices that we make in our worlds, they're ours and ours alone. And this is making a choice in love on all. Some of this is whether I feel this, whether this comes back together. They're taking me to this because to me, I'm not sure which archangel this is. I always resonate with Michael because Archangel Michael's been one of my favorite boy names for my whole life, and I really feel like it's because he's been with me. So we have this sword here, the sword of truth, that there is a sacred protected union. I do feel like both of you are aware of this. And with this, the only way that it can come together, we have this apple tree here as well, and then it burning on the other side, because this is the heaven and earth. There's dichotomy here, but there is knowledge to be gained here. There is knowledge, and there is a burning down of the old, which no longer suits us. So let's figure out what we got going on with this. They're telling me that they're probably going to resonate similar. It's probably going to pick up on a situation, but you have the King of Cups here. For some of you, you may have more than one. There could be polyamory here, but this is also, like Spirit said, this is over here. This is this person coming to terms with their heart and understanding what they want, what they need, what their desires are. You have oppression, so this is the 10 of Wands in the reverse. Clearly, this person is not out of the oppression that's happening. They're still not ready to speak their truth or come forward yet. There may be just a real understanding of this love and truth in their heart, but on a 3D level where they're standing, they're not able to come forward yet. So the Princess of Wands is here. This is the Queen of Wands. And we have the 7 of Cups that was in the reverse with illusionary success. So I definitely feel like there's like, no matter, they want to move forward, but I do feel like this side's definitely feeling stuck. Okay, so the bottom of the deck is the Ace of Cups in the reverse. Let's get a little bit of what's still holding this. Courage is what I heard. What's holding them back? It's courage. Justice card, and you have the Princess of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel like as well what I heard is they may have done something to you, did you dirty, right? Did something where this is what happens when we do this push-pull. When we, what I heard is, because this is middle again, sometimes when we meet our match, when we're triggered, when we are meeting the mirror images of ourselves, there's parts within them, and not just on a soul connection level, but people around us, when they're mirroring things, can trigger us. But when our counterpart in this lifetime, this universe, this part of this soul division, when there's something I just heard, when separation occurs, okay, there really is, like, we've triggered each other into this place. When I heard is abyss sometimes, but this is meant to make you form your own worlds on your own. I feel like this side, it's been just focused on creating grounded, stable world. And this side has really had to come into touch with their vulnerable feelings. But again, they're afraid of your sting. They're afraid of your wrath or your judgment on the behavior. And this is going to come down to, again, you have a choice, right? You're grounded, you're stable now, especially if this is coming into like a 5th chance, right? Because if we've been through it this many times, I do feel definitely like I did not want to use the term, but I do feel like as well with this soul connection, this really is like a soul connection. This is a twinning kind of energy, but this is also Gemini, so this is you. But this, and it may not be, okay? If it resonates that's who it is, that's who it is. But if it's not that, that's fine. It's something else for you. It's something else for you. That's why I said I don't want to use the label, because for some of you it absolutely may be, but for others of you, this is a friend, a lover, a grandmother, a coworker, somebody who you're allowing back into your world, and they really hold a lot of space in your heart. So they're telling me you have the Tower here with this changes, and they were showing me Shakti. Let's get a little bit of clarification for the space between. So you have here this, it's called Shortened Force with the 8 of Swords. It did fall over more here, but this is the space, and then they're showing me the top to grab it, which is the World. Now this is the second time the World's come out, because it came out in the Energy Oracle, that we're putting ends to those cycles. But it comes through vulnerability and speaking up and being open about the past, right? I feel like this is leave no holes barred. or whatever that term is, that if there's situations or feelings, express them, get these addressed, clear this stuff out, really allow this tree, and what I heard is some of us, this could be unfaithfulness, disloyalty, whether we were in partnership or not. This could be a friendship as well, that, you know, when things went sour, what I heard is there's been a lot done to try and get it back, which to me also, this push-pull, this is where we need to decide too, is this some sort of trauma bond we're going to keep letting them come back, or is this some spiritual soul connection that we're learning and evolving and growing from? But this needs to be done in togetherness to create some sort of harmony and union. You have the Hierophants, which is spiritual truth, spiritual knowledge, spiritual understanding. Either this is the Merkaba Star of David. There's stars here. And he was just talking about earlier, the Star of David, the House of David, and the Seal of Solomon. There were things that I channeled years ago, and it's just, to me, I think also, and any of you guys, I haven't really read the Bible a lot, but they're reminding me of Revelations, is where I started reading a lot about the 144,000 sealed ones, and 12,000 from 12 houses. And the House of David for me has always really resonated, and I do feel like the Seal of Solomon as well, for some of you, that may be important. Look it up, because I don't even know what these two are, but the Seal of Solomon was very, very similar, almost more like the Merkaba. Anyway, that 144,000, that is an important number for some of you. You may be seeing 144, and I think it's important to focus on your mission, right? To focus on your mission. Because whatever you need to do, when you focus on your mission, when you see what that self-love can do, when you spread that out into the world, when it's time for this energy, if so desired, when it's time for this energy to come back, it will, and it will come back bigger, brighter, and better than before. But this also, for some of you, is marriage. There's something starting, that there is new love growing, even from where you may have, if you're still living with someone. If you're not, this could be bringing, like, if you are in a marriage, this is a coming of more closeness together, and a really growing and a reaping time and seasons. But there is a lot here. For some of you, I heard again, this is with these two kings, this could be polyamorous lifestyles as well. You have the Ace of Swords, and this is awesome, because to me this is conversation that both of you know from this crown as well. For some of you, if you are, I want to say telepathizing, but if you're having these kinds of internal thoughts or visions or understandings, and you feel like this is coming from a counterpart, I feel like there needs to be openness about this as well, and understandings here, because there is a crown connection. There is something. They're showing me this sweet soul rising and this woman of light, and at the bottom of that was the pearl, threaded pearl in the reverse, almost kind of being like, this isn't the time to kind of focus on sweet sorrows, is what I heard. Which is actually, the Starless Sea. For some of you, there's a book called The Starless Sea. Don't remember who it's by, but it's very interesting, and Sweet Sorrows is one of the books in there. So for some of you guys, it may be important to read, because I also felt like when I was reading that book, there was a lot of twin references. There was a lot of soul connection references. So for some of you guys, if you're looking for reading material, it's quite long, lengthy, and for me it took a while to get into, but then once I got into it, there's a story within the story, always. So you have here the Ten of Cups with perfect success, happiness, truth, and fulfillment, joy, comforts in this world, family. There is here, which I feel like, let the light in, this natural light, this Three of Pentacles. Work with what you got, my friends. Natural lighting. And you also have Judgment. There's a truth, there's a judgment here. And whatever happens, whatever conversation arises, whatever new understandings and spiritual truths, they really are ending a time and a place where we're ending up in spiritual loops. So Spirit's asking me, before I let you move into we got here. We got 29 minutes. So I'm going to take a moment here for number 19 and just read to you what this says, because if you're still with me, why turn away now, right? Let's see what it says for number 19. They're taking me right to this. This is divine feminine fire. She is the body awakened with light, and she is the divine feminine, and she is the kundalini, the energetic force that runs through us, triggered by love that leads to enlightenment of our body. With our kundalini coming alive within us, we cannot remain as we once were. It is impossible. We may try to lead the same lives, be the same in our relationship patterns, and perhaps even behave properly, but it simply cannot be done. Soon our disguise slips and people wonder, what happened to her? What happened to him? What happened to you? What happened to they? What happened to them? We are no longer satisfied with trying to be the good child or fearing we are the bad child. We know ourselves instead to be the divine child. The child divine lives fully and with a passionate fire, not only living things the way they're supposed to be done, perhaps, but living instead from the heart. And this is connecting our body. For a lot of you, this is sexual union as well. There may be a lot of sexual undertones or sexual what I heard is this is a divine chapter as well, but that there is needs to be a real understanding as well anyway, that there is this kundalini pull on both sides, and that needs to be within balance and in harmony. So I'm going to leave you with a little bit of clarification, Spirit saying from the romance angels. On your side, we get two things. We get keep an open mind, unrequited love. If this person's done you dirty, lied to you in the past, it's definitely, or tried to, again, you knew there was a cloak here. I feel like this is really important as well, to keep an open mind on that, because is there ever been a time in your place where you denied yourself something? I feel like this has a lot to do with this King of Cups over here, or whatever this energy is. For some of you, this could have been you that denied yourself, but you need to free yourself of that energy. Again, anything that's from the past, if it really hurts you, if there's a new truth coming out, you cannot hold on to this, they didn't love me, for the rest of your life, because even if this person does not love you, you need to love you first, because their loving you is not an indication of whether you're worthy of love or not. It just may be that not everybody's meant to fall into love, and sometimes when people just truly, that energy isn't shared, something better is coming for us, or just some shitty powerful lesson we had to learn along the way, which yes, it sucks, but here's where we focus on our self-love. And anything left that's gravy, which I think is really interesting, to use what you got and the rest is gravy, is think about a chicken. You're going to cook the chicken, use what you have, and then make gravy. Pour over your mashed potatoes, pour over your chicken, do whatever you want, make a chicken pot pie, use it. Man, sometimes soups are really, really good with gravy in it. Just whatever you have to do, making sure that you use what you have and you do everything to make it right with your heart, not focusing on whether or not this person's going to be open to vulnerability, because again, if this is going to happen, they will speak their truth. And for some of you, this is really allowing and removing a situation that no longer resonates with you to move forward to something that does. So Spirit, can you tell me about the soul connection? You have romantic feelings, again, in the reverse, but I think that's just because they're so quiet. But this is this energy. What needs to happen is you guys get away. And I do almost feel like they want to express this. Again, I think it's hard because in the past there's been a lot of like unrequited love. And how do you come out of that saying, oh, by the way, all those times I pretended I didn't care, I loved the shit out of you. Make the effort at the bottom. Tell me this shared energy about this, please, Spirit, and then I will. No, I only want the first one that fell, which was this bottom one, which is new love. It's in the reverse. I feel like it's because it's not a new love. You know this person. Pull these out. This could be the one. And soulmate in reverse, you definitely know this person, you know who they are, they know you very soon. I feel like it's because on both sides, when both of you decide on a plan of action and a course going forward, there will be new love. For some of you, this is, if this unrequited love is, you know that this chapter is ending, There could be new love in your future, that once you release the old that no longer serves you, that which is right for you comes to you. So this could be the one. You've already met your romantic partner. Yes, this is your soulmate. And a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. Clearly decide what you want so that it can come to you. And we have at the bottom there was calling in your soulmate. Focus on you, my friends. That's the message I have first and foremost. And you show up, Gemini, in your own reading. Be you. And for some of you, this is 2 flips of the coin and making a thought in your decision. Right? That, yeah, you want to open up, but not that much. Anyway, that's what I have for you, Gemini. Mwah. I love you all, and I will talk to you soon. If it resonated, you'd like to let me know. I'd love to hear from you in the comments down below. And guys, if you want to check me out a little bit more on Instagram, you can follow me at Grassroots_evolution_tarot. I love you all, and I hope you have a peaceful, happy, wonderful, bright new year. Mwah.